You happy now?
And I'll deliver to your seat. Okay. Then you have the lounge, the bullet lounge, and then up the stairs is the panorama door. There's no panorama door only for two of us, so it's a daughter sister. So
Yeah.
I'd like to get everybody to see the panorama dome, so please limit your time there. So okay. So if there's anything else I can do to make your trip more enjoyable, my name is Walter. I'm friendly. I'm nice. And easy.
এরার সময় তো ফ্লাই করছি
সামনে হলো যে রক্স সবথেকে হাই স্কুল
Say hi.
The largest next to the Canadian Rockies.
Are you enjoying? Do you like the train trip? Okay. Hey, Sami, click the dog. এটা খুবই নাইস একটা
মানে পশুপক্ষী নাই এই যে রাস্তা
এই রাস্তাতে আমরা দুইবার
কিভাবে দৌড়াইছি একবার মজা করতে করতে
ট্রিপটা অনেক কানায় পূর্ণ গতকালকে কিন্তু আমরা টাইমে যে টাইট যে আমাদের মেক করতে হবে আদারওয়াইজ
দাঁড়াবে না বলছে আমরা ওয়েট করতে পারবো না বলছে পার্কিং আর ওটা কিন্তু লাস্ট ট্রিপ ছিল মানে ক্রুজটা হয়তো এর আগে 3-4টা হয়েছে বাট ওটাই লাস্ট স্কুলে কিন্তু শেষ
সেটাও আরেকজনের গান গায় না যখন আমাদের ফিলোসফি পড়াইছে তখন মনে করেন গ্রিসের উপরে পড়াইতো যেমন সক্রেটিস এরিস্টটলের উপরে পড়াইতো হিস্ট্রি পড়াইতো যে কোন কনটেক্সটে তারা আসলে জিনিসগুলো মানে এই ফিলোসফি জন্মগ্রহণ হলো এই যে জিনিসগুলো যার কারণে আমার এই মনে করেন যে সেই লরেন্স এথেন্স এইগুলো সব যে নামগুলো যেন
This is my dream.
লোক পেলে ওই সময় ঘোরা হয়ে যায় আমরা তো
This is your dream? This is my dream.
তুমি একবার মাস শিখে থেকে তুমি শিখে তোমার সঙ্গে তখন আমি একবার এইভাবে ফ্লাইট মাসে গিয়ে আমার ভালো লাগছে মাস শিখে
Train? Yeah, do you like it? Do you like it?
না ও হচ্ছে কি আপনার
Say
মাছ
yes.
ধরার এক্সপার্ট ও হচ্ছে আপনার ঢাকা ইউনিভার্সিটি আমাদের এই সংগঠনের ও হচ্ছে যে কানাডার যে ব্রিটিশ কলম্বিয়ার ও হচ্ছে ইনচার্জ ও হচ্ছে যে পাকা মাছুরে ও মাছ ধরা ওর নেশা ও ইভেন আমেরিকাতে চলে আসে ইলিশ মাছ পাওয়া যায় মে মাসে ইলিশ মাছ
Ice and snow, glacier, everything there. But real slow down.
What is the highest peak? Canadian Rockies. Robson.
This is really nice.
সুইজারল্যান্ডের গ্রাম, হ্যাঁ, কারণ এখানে তো টু মাস কোল্ড।
What are you doing? Are you going in the tunnel?
Community center. Like a lot of the small towns along here, sometimes there just aren't enough children to support the school. So for a while it was a fine arts school, trying to draw people from all over the Robson Valley. That's what we call this general area. And that couldn't make a go of it just because there weren't enough younger people to come and take the special education. But if you were to continue on this train all the way up to Prince Rupert on the west coast, you would see any number of communities like this. Of course, the communities all grew up around the railway. That was the only way in and out. There were some settlers in here before the railway, but not many. So not until about 1915 could you really access this area to any great extent. But it's a nice community. It's got a really good spirit to it. More and more younger people are moving in, some farming, a lot are hobby farming. They work in other industries, some even working from home via the internet and such. But it's a beautiful spot to call home, as you can see. Now, a number of communities, you would have passed a couple of them, Shear, Croydon. They're not quite as busy, partly because they don't have a general store. So along this side of the river, people have to drive to that little general store to get their mail, to get basic goods. Otherwise, you've got about another half-hour drive west of here into McBride to get your essentials. But it's a fairly productive agricultural area, but more and more people are coming basically for the scenery, small plots of land just to retire and enjoy this beautiful spot. It's a little bit warmer than Jasper in the winter. We're about 500 meters lower than Jasper, so that makes a big difference in the climate. They don't get the big snows, they don't get the severe cold, and in the summer they get some beautiful warm days like this, so it's become quite an attraction. But the other thing that was an attraction here in the 1920s was the first bridge across the river. As I mentioned, this was accessed by the train. So the Grand Trunk Pacific ran from Jasper all the way up to Prince Rupert. And some people established farms and homesteads on the other side of the river just because it was better land or it was cheaper land, and it becomes a bit of a problem if you wanted to get on the train, which was your only way to get in and out of here. So Dunster was one of the first communities, in fact even ahead of McBride, which is now the bigger community of the two, in having a bridge. Before then there was one fellow with a rowboat and he would row you across for 50 cents, and you know, it wasn't bad, but you couldn't take much baggage, that's for sure, and you couldn't take your vehicle. So people on the other side of the river had vehicles, on this side they had the train. And this bridge, well, this bridge has been fixed up and replaced a few times, but 1921 a nice wooden bridge was built here, and it became the talk of the whole valley, and people would come from the west and the east to use it because it was a lot better than going over in a rowboat. As you know, the river that you followed for a good portion of your journey is the Fraser River. So it's headed west and up to Prince George, and then it turns south, and eventually dumps into the Pacific Ocean at Vancouver. And again, Dunster's become a bit of a hub. There's a number of communities similar to this all the way up the line, and it started to get populated with non-farmers during the 60s. A lot of war resistors from the United States had done their work high up in the mountains to our left and right. Well, they have ceased to use the logging roads quite as much. So in the winter, they're turned into snowmobile trails. And it's considered world-class alpine snowmobiling. And it's quite convenient that you can get on your snowmobile down in the valley and roar up these logging roads, still formidable mountains. But in another half hour or so, we'll head towards Jasper. If you were to stay on this road and continue south, you would end up similar to a national park with a few exceptions, and so they wouldn't have a community here if they could avoid it.
Catch fish.
না, আমরা ওই ওইখানেই গেছি ওই মিউজিয়ামে যেখানে নামাইছে আমাদের। এখন ওইখানে আমাদের আজকে যেখানে নামাইছে ওইটা দেখে কেউ বলবে যে ওইটা ট্রেন স্টেশন। এখন আমরা ট্রেন স্টেশন খুঁজে পাই না। আর আমি তো এমনি ইয়েতে দেখছি, ওই যে মানে ইউটিউবে দেখছি, ওটা তো দেখাই এই স্টেশন। এই স্টেশন তো আমি আর খুঁজে পাচ্ছি না, কিন্তু আমার কাছে
Just under 4,000 meters, just under 13,000 feet. An impressive mountain, and it's climbed every year. Probably 20 or so people will successfully climb it. Some years more. It all depends on the weather. It's got about a 50% chance of being successful.